The world around us extends far beyond what we can immediately sense and perceive. We see less than 1% of the known electromagnetic spectrum, and less than 5% of matter in the universe is visible. Only a sliver of information is captured by our senses, interpreted by our brains, and experienced consciously. This process is by no means passive, it's active. In a second, it's estimated that 10 million bits of information are captured by the retina. Information is distilled to 10,000 by the time it is processed by the primary visual cortex. Up to 100 bits of information make it through the gates of consciousness, and we are left with about 7 bits of information to manipulate. In addition to this extreme compression, we have a blind spot in both of our eyes, specifically where the optic nerve begins. We don't notice this in our everyday lives because our brains will project the most likely of visual scenes depending on the input. Our vision is also limited to information that the cones and rods in our eyes can register. For example, we now know that there are intricate designs on flowers that we did not evolve to see. Birds have an extra type of cone, leading them to see an entire dimension of color that is unimaginable to humans. This means that information is not only transformed in our brains, but a lot of information is actually omitted. Our brains are very active, constantly adding, detracting, and distorting information. Whether our brains are focused on a difficult task or not, its energy consumption remains to be vastly disproportionate to its weight. Instead of 2% of all energy consumed, it consumes 20. Up to 80% of its energy consumption may be dedicated to producing information independent of the exterior world. By the time we are aware of the information around us, real time is delayed by half a second, as information from the outside is sensed, perceived, and interpreted by neural structures before becoming recognized in consciousness. We are perpetually bound to the past, relying on predictions of the future. Our brain represents the world in its own fashion. What emerges is a very crude model of reality, if it is an accurate model of reality at all. Sensory-perceptual limitations were likely a result of evolutionary pressures, meaning that although we are now insatiably curious about it, we simply did not evolve to see the entirety of reality. These findings lead to the questions: is the clarity of what we sense an accurate indicator of what is known? What other invisible filtration systems, from biological, psychological, sociocultural, and existential processes, influence our daily decisions and actions? What insight may be gleaned from what we believe we know? And how might we use this information to apply it to everyday living and psychological practice?